हेलो दोस्तों, स्वागत है मेरे YouTube चैनल साईं गुरुकुल में आप सभी दर्शकों का। आज मैं प्रोफेसर आशीष सिंघल आप लोगों के समक्ष एक नए विषय को लेकर आया हूं, जिसका नाम है फंडामेंटल टॉर्क इक्वेशन। लास्ट कुछ वर्षों से गेट के कुछ क्वेश्चंस इस टॉर्क इक्वेशन पे पूछे जा रहे हैं। तो जो भी दर्शक, जो भी बच्चे गेट की प्रिपरेशन कर रहे हैं, कृपया करके वो इस सब वीडियो को देखें और टॉर्क इक्वेशन को समझने की कोशिश करें। अंत में यदि आपको कोई समस्या होती है, कोई प्रश्न आपके दिमाग में होता है, तो कृपया करके आप मेरे कमेंट बॉक्स में लिख दीजिए। मैं कोशिश करूंगा कि जल्द से जल्द आपके उत्तर आपको दे सकूं। नाउ फ्रेंड्स, वी विल बी अंडरस्टैंडिंग अबाउट द टॉक। एज यू नो दैट टॉक इज अ turning or twisting force. This is a torque is a turning or twisting force about the axis, as we have seen in this figure. जैसा कि हम लोग देख रहे हैं कि ये क्या है, एक तरह का फोर्स है। जब कोई फोर्स एक परपेंडिकुलर डायरेक्शन में लगता है, नाउ इट बिकम्स अ टॉर्क। वी ऑल नो दैट इज व्हाई द फॉर्मूला ऑफ द टॉर्क can be represented by the T equals to F into R, or I can say when it will be in the perpendicular direction, so this is perpendicular D. This is a force which we are applying in the perpendicular directions. Now we have to understand the speed, the angular speed. Angular speed, what is it? If I'm talking about the angular speed of the armature, can be denoted by omega and represented by 2 pi n upon 60 in radian per second. When the work done in the one revolution, if we are calculating the work done in one revolution, work done in one revolutions can be represented by W equals to force into distance traveled from one revolutions. That is important. The distance traveled. The distance traveled is circumference I'm talking about. This is a 2 pi r. This will be a work done. Or if I want to calculate the power can also be developed by the formula of work done upon time. By this formula, we can understand the power work done is F into 2 pi r upon time for one revolution can be defined by 60 upon n. So, this will be time in one revolution. Time in one revolutions. So, this power can be derived like F into R 2 pi n upon 60. Got it? Similarly, जैसा कि हमको पता है, if I'm talking about the mechanical power, the power of the mechanical denoted by Pm can be calculated by the formula of omega into T. That is a mechanical power where the omega is angular speed and torque is the T is the torque in Newton in meter. Now I want to calculate the power in the armature. If I want to calculate the power in armature, so power in armature can be calculated by the power of armature can be denoted by PA, and the armature torque can be denoted by TA and omega. This is a power of armature, power of torque, armature torque, and this is omega. Now if I want to calculate the power, so what we have to do, we have to denote it like power can be EB IA, because we know it the power, this is electrical power we are getting in the armature, and this is a torque, and torque is a TA, and omega is 2 pi n upon 6t, right? By this we also know that EB, formula of the EB can be written as P phi and Z upon 60A. This is a formula of, this is the formula of the back EMF. If we put this formula over here, we can find it P phi nz upon 60A into IA will be equal to TA 2 pi n upon 60. If we calculate this formula, we can find out the torque equation, right? This is the torque equation I am deriving here. So that torque equation may be the torque T equals to, can be represented, that is the armature torque, can be represented by 1 upon 2 pi phi Ia into Pz upon A, or can be written as 0.159 phi Ia Pz upon A, sorry, this is A, Newton meter. So since we can say that if the Z, P and A are fixed for a given machine, so the torque is proportional to phi Ia. This is a torque equation, is proportional to phi Ia. If I am going to understand further the torque for the DC motor, we can say that for shunt motor the phi is constant, so that we can return it, the total torque will be proportional to Ia. Similarly, for DC motor the phi is equal to Ia, that is why the torque is proportional to Ia square. So these are the important things which we have to understand for the DC motor, for the torque, how the torque is generated in DC motor, the shunt motor. If I'm talking about the separately excited, phi is constant. If I'm talking about the DC motor, the phi is equal to Ia, so that what happened when, that is why we can say that a DC motor, a DC series motor, not this is a series motor, this is a DC series motor, or this is a series motor, phi equals to Ia. Now we can say that the DC series motor is having a higher torque. So friends, now come to the another topic, that is a fundamental torque equation for the DC drives. When we are going to understand the fundamental torque equation, we are having a simple motor, which is, this is a motor which is connected to the load directly, because we know that motor which converts the electrical energy to the mechanical energy. So what happened when the motor is operating over here, this mechanical energy will be getting over here, that is EM, I can say that, and that mechanical energy connected to the particular load to move it, right? So what happened when we're talking about the fundamental torque equations? So when the motor rotates, the load of the system may rotate. We know that when the motor is rotating, the load is also rotating. So we can say that this load of the system may rotate or may go through the translation motions. I can say that this comes in the translation motions. So in this translation motions, what happened? The positions of the body changes because the translation motion is happening. It means when the translation motion is happening, for example, these are the 2 points B1 and B2, and the something is depending like this, and if the translation motion is like that, so when the position are changing, it comes to the B1 to the B2 or B2 to the B1. So what happened when the body changes from the point 1 to the other point, and the speed of the load may be different from the motor, right? If the load, please look at the point everyone, if the load has a different parts, यदि इसके पास बहुत सारे different parts हैं, so their speed may be different, and some part of the rotor may rotate while others may go through a translation motion. Got it? It's very important, focus this point, है ना? अब इसको translation motion को यदि हमें समझना है, तो what we have to understand about the J. And what is J? J is a moment of inertia. And the moment of inertia we have to understand, right? So this is a motor which is coupled to the load, and it's rotating in the clockwise direction, I can say. So the load will be rotating in the same direction, and I can say that the translation motion will becomes in the same direction also, because now the motor is converting to the electrical energy to the mechanical energy. Got it? Here we can understand very easily. This is a omega m, instantaneous omega velocity to the shaft, that is a radian per second. T is a torque, instantaneous value of torque, I can say. It's a motor torque, it is in the Newton per meter. And this is a T1, because we are having a T1 is over here and T is over here. So whenever I'm talking about the T, it's a motor torque. Whenever talking about the T1, it's a basically load torque, right? So I think you will be understanding. So this equation, what we call it, when we are going to solve this equation, we get this equation over here. This is the equation. This is a dynamic equation of the motor, can be written very easily. We can say that this is a T minus TL J d omega m upon dt plus omega m dj upon dt, right? And somewhere this functions will be a constant, so that we will calculate these functions only, because this might be some things. So the average equation, if we are getting about, I mean this is always constant, inertia is always constant, so that it will be a zero. ये आपको zero हो जाएगा. तो आपका equation क्या मिलेगा आपको? The dynamic equation of the torque can be written as T equal to T1. See, this is a T1, I can say here, और मैं इसको लोड टॉर्क ही बोल रहा हूँ, इसमें कंफ्यूज मत होइएगा आप लोग. तो दोनों चीज सेम है. तो अब इस T1 को मैं यहाँ से सॉल्व करूँ, तो T इक्वल्स टू TL और T1, मैं दोनों से लिख रहा हूँ, वो क्या होगा? प्लस J d omega m upon dt. So this will be the equation of the torque. That is T minus TL J d omega m upon dt. So this is all about the torque, fundamental torque equation of dynamic machines, right? So if I am going to understand the nature of the motor, can be understood by the two basic important parameter. One is AC relations, accelerate, or second is deaccelerate. Deaccelerate. So these are the two basically two operation of the motor, which is depending upon the torque, whether the torque is torque. If I'm talking about torque, this T is as a motor torque, and TL is a load torque, right? So when I'm talking about a T or TL, so in the acceleration और deaccelerations, ये दोनों जो है हमारे फंक्शंस ऑफ द मोटर, वो कैसे परफॉर्म करेंगे हमारे इस टॉर्क के साथ, हमें अब ये समझना है. क्या ये लोड टॉर्क मोटर टॉर्क से ज़्यादा होगा या लोड टॉर्क मोटर टॉर्क से कम होगा. और इसके साथ साथ हम जानते हैं कि हमारे पास we are having another component of load torque is J d omega m by dt. Why? Because this component is basically used to overcome the drive inertia. This motor torque, if I talk about the acceleration, in the acceleration, that load torque should be less than the motor torque, or I can say the motor torque should be greater than the load torque. Or if I'm talking about in this, the transient operation, in the transient operation we can say that motor torque should maintain the highest value, should maintain highest value right, it should maintain the highest value. So when this process is going on, the dynamic torque, that is called the J d omega m by dt, this is a dynamic torque. What it happens when the energy is stored in the form of kinetic energy, and that energy, kinetic energy can be represented by J omega m square. And during the deacelerations, what happened? Because this is a motor is having the parameter of EA, IA, RA, and this is a load. If I'm saying this is the IL, the shunt is here because this is a shunt motor, so I assume this is, and this is the IN. In the deacceleration, what happened? In the deacceleration, the load torque should be greater than the motor torque, right? Then motor will work as a deaccelerator, right? And other, which is very much important, during the deacceleration, the dynamic torque dJ d omega m upon dt is stored in the form of kinetic energy given, we have already discussed, and this is having a negative sign. It should be having the negative sign. Now when we are having a negative sign, the equation can be written as T minus TL equals to minus J d omega m dt. Now the equation for the deacceleration can be written as T equals to TL minus j d omega m upon dt. This should be noted. Definitely, it assists the motor to develop the torque and drive the motion. It drive the motion by extracting the energy stored in the kinetic energy. Right? It drives the motion, but why? With the extracting the energy from the kinetic energy. It is very much important. It gets energy by this. So my dear student, I hope you all understand about the acceleration and the decelerations or the fundamental torque of equations. If you are having any doubt, you can put it in my chat box so that I can solve your query. Thank you so much.